welcome to the Keyboard Road Warrior series with me, Movie Scout 007. We are back, and we're in Leipzig. At the end of the video, we surprisingly leveled up to 13. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to take another journey before we could do that. But it means that we have upgrades, and it means that we have a skill point to apply. So let's go and let's apply that skill point. We're going to apply it to high value cargo. That gives us a 10% higher reward, a 5% increase over rank 1 for high value deliveries. So let's pop that in there and let's have a look at the upgrades that we've got to play with. So a couple of grills, which I don't really like. I'm not really a big fan of hiding the front of our beautiful Volvo. And some tyres. Not exciting me. Let's have a quick look what Scania gets. Same. One less grille for man. Same with Mercedes. Same with DAF. Renault get the same upgrades as do Iveco or Iveco. Okay, so that's that done. So let's have a quick look at our skills. We're doing well. We're evenly applying those skills, which is possibly the best way to go. We possibly should have done that with the ADR as well, but I believe that it would benefit us. It may or may not have. Let's have a quick look at our progress. You can see our progress has been steadily rising. We had a little plateau there with a bit of free roam, and we are, look at that, rising. We're going to be out of skilled worker before we know it. So we've driven 14,662k. We have delivered 26 times. We've discovered 20.3% of the map. We have yet to cancel a delivery. 27 and nearly 28 in-game days, and we've been playing for nearly 19 hours over the course of 26 videos so far. This is video 27. Was it 28? So let's rest, repair, recuperate, and go get another job. So we're going to leave here. We're going to do a loop. It's quite a daft, tight exit. There we go. That's the way that one goes. Nothing coming, let's go. Let's go find that other discoverable, which is obviously a truck dealership. And that is on the way to our repair yard, where we've got 1% damage to our beautiful FH16. And it's a DAF dealership. That's cool. We've discovered another DAF dealer. And there is our yard. There's the yard where we're going to go. Perform our running repairs and get some rest. So let's see how much damage we've done to our truck with our 1%. £203. Mostly tyres. Tyres are going to cost us a fortune in this game, it would appear. And let's get rid of that. And let's find a place to rest. So, we are very close to our goal. Right. Let's get some rest. Ugh, horrible rain. And we can't rest anymore. Okay, so we're stuck With the night time, we've got 53, nearly £54,000, so we're very close to our £80,000, which is going to get us our next lorry. So let's go find ourselves a job. So let's go to the job market, see what is on offer. We are in Leipzig. So we've got Glasgow in Scotland, Sheffield in England, Rotterdam, Ostrava. That's what we got. That's a 31 hour, that's a 25 hour, 11 hour to Rotterdam. We've got a 9 hour job to Ostrava in the Czech Republic, Malmo in Sweden, Flensburg in Germany, which is the very top of Germany. More Malmo, Odense, and Dresden. Dresden's a very short hop. Have we discovered Glasgow? No, we've discovered none of the Scottish cities. Okay, let's go to Glasgow then. Let's set our GPS destination. Okay, and then let's go back in and get our screen grab so that we can do our... When we've finished with this game, we'll do that beautiful stop motion video showing how far we've been. Hang on, let's get Glasgow in sight. And then, alright, let's go pick up our load. Alright. I'm pretty certain that the reason they put the restriction on the amount of time that you can spend resting is that they don't want people just hitting the enter key in order to earn money. They want people to actually drive. Makes sense. Kind of defeats the object of playing the game if you just sit there. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get daylight for you guys, and also... Oh, no. So put our parking brake on. Ready for our journey to Glasgow. And we can go. So parking brake off, let's rock. Didn't really look at what I was picking up, which was silly. Should always check what your load is. We seem to appear to have the roads to ourselves. Interesting. So, it is forklifts. It's like 3 forklifts weighing 14 tons from Leipzig in Germany to Glasgow in Great Britain. It's a 32 hour journey. Obviously a significant chunk of that is going to be ferry. So we're not going to have to take a sleep break on this. It is a heavy, oversized load, standard delivery, for which we will get £24,772, should we do it without cocking up. So let's go get our load. This is, in fact, where we dropped our last load off. So it's 4 forklifts. Okay. The angle for the exit, and we should be any minute now. Let's hook the load up, and then let's head to Glasgow in Scotland. Glasgow being the third largest city in the United Kingdom. It's the second city of Scotland after Edinburgh. Edinburgh's the capital, but really strictly speaking, the capital is... Right. Strictly speaking, the capital is Edinburgh. Realistically, the capital is probably Glasgow. It's the bigger city. It's... Ooh, I've got people from Edinburgh hating me and people from Glasgow chuckling, if anybody from either of those cities is even bothering to watch. That looked like the bat symbol there, the recruitment agency symbol. As I flashed by, it was yellow on black and it looked like the bat symbol. Oh, let's watch our speed 50k. We're doing 50k, that's alright. We don't want to get caught with the speed camera before we've even really started the journey. This is going to be a long journey. So, buckle up, peeps. And off we go. So, what we'll be doing is travelling through northern Germany, and I think going through the Netherlands to Rotterdam, possibly. Or maybe Haarland, I don't know. Let's have a look, let's check the map, see where we're going. So we're going through past Hanover, past Osnabrück, yeah, Amsterdam. So this isn't strictly Amsterdam, I think that's called Europort. We will wave to Magdeburg on the right. Right, this guy's annoying me. What he will now do is he will belt up the inside of me any minute now. And there he goes. Oh no, I impinged on his lane, so he got a bit frightened. And I did it again, he got a bit frightened. Otherwise he would be long gone now. And there he goes. Oh, come on. I've got to let him out. That's annoying. So that was a waste of time. So, hopefully we should have about £80,000 at the end of this journey. It won't be quite enough. We might not be able to get it until we've had our rest break. But the aim is to get our truck. And I think they're £80,152. It depends on where you buy them. If you buy them in the UK, I've discovered they're a little bit expensive. They're an extra £1,000 in the UK. Obviously, we're sticking with Volvo. Oh, I need to be in... concentrating. Bizarre. I was concentrating in the previous video, not in this one. So yes, we will stick with the Volvo, but as previously stated, in cities where a truck is manufactured, that truck will be represented in my garage. So in Paris, it will be a fleet of 5 Renaults. In Stuttgart, it'll be a fleet of 5 Mercedes Actresses. In Munich, it will be a fleet of 5 MAN XLs. In I did promise to find out what the city in Sweden where the Scania factory is called is, and I've neglected to do so, but the Skoda factory town will have 5 Scania. My apologies to both Scania and Skoda. In Turin, it will be a fleet of 5 Ivecos, as Turin is the home base of Iveco. And I believe that's it. I believe there are no more. Right, we are Scania, Renault, Mercedes. Yep, that's all of the major European truck manufacturers counted. So those cities will be the exception. Every other city where I plonk a garage will have a lovely fleet of Volvo FHs. I will give my drivers a 320 bhp FH sleeper that I'm modelling right now. My personal vehicle will be the Globetrotter XL, and it will be an FH16 rather than an FH. From my understanding, at this stage of the game, it matters not what vehicle they have. Obviously, that reaches a certain point where you skilled up, where you run out of drivers to place, and so that's it in terms of trucks you buy. At that point, I'll probably start spending my money on upgrading all of my drivers' trucks, because you've got to do something with that money. So that will be what I do. I am not paying attention to where I'm going. I'm not paying attention to that mini-map. I don't think it helped that my last journey was mostly straight all the way Leipzig to Bialystok to... No. Where am I? I'm in Leipzig. Yes, so Bialystok to Leipzig was mostly straight, with the odd detour. There was a detour around Berlin. But other than that, no real detours. It's going to be slightly different in the United Kingdom. For a start, I'm going to be driving on the other side of the road. And the roads are like this. They're mostly like this from, I think it's Hull to Glasgow. I might get a brief stint on a motorway, but it's going to be mostly like this. So, aside from Sheffield and Liverpool, and I think Portsmouth, there's going to be... this is certainly my first jaunt in Scotland. It's going to be my first jaunt in Scotland. So, as there were still no journeys to the newer part of France, and no journey to the two cities in Italy that I added. So that's a shame. But if we want to explore 100% of the map, we've got to go to 100% of the places. Now, obviously, as they add maps and roads to this game, there will be... I can't see, and the trouble is, if this were real life, I'd be able to see whether headlights were coming. I'd be able to know whether I had a shot at getting by. But you see how that car suddenly appeared? This is possibly because the graphics setting on my laptop has to be such that they have to display stuff at the last minute. They kind of have to drop it in, and that means I don't get the heads up from the illuminated glow of oncoming headlights that I would in real life. This is one thing that I'm hoping will go away when I get my new computer, as I can have the settings whacked up. There's also a mod which I've got, but I'm loath to install just in case it ruins my gameplay, that gives the AI more realistic lighting. Because I mean, they should be blinding me with their headlights at this point. They should be really bright, and it's not. It's like a car driving around in the daylight, where the sun is only hitting the car and nothing else. And that's not how it works. You don't see the car, you just see their lights. And they don't look red in headlamps. They look a slightly different colour. Red looks more like a sort of a ruddy brown in headlights than it does behind two of the slowest vehicles ever. 29 hours to go. on this journey, although as already previously stated, already was superfluous, previously was enough. As previously stated, a huge chunk of this journey, possibly 11 hours, is going to take place on a boat instantaneously. So that makes this journey 18 hours of actual travelling, which is probably an hour of real time. So, as excited as I am for the new computer, obviously, as we talked about in the last video, that's a long way off. So I'm going to be living with this computer. Obviously, when it returns to the UK with the wife, I'm going to be living with this computer. And as I said, I'm going to be getting an external AVerMedia game capture. Look, this is a box which is fantastic. It has a slot for you to stick a hard drive in. So I'm going to put as large a terabyte hard drive as I can get away with. And I am going to... I'm going to turn right, so what I'm going to do. Excellent. Which means that I am looping over the road that I've just been travelling on, and getting onto a motorway, a highway, a freeway, a autobahn. So yes, it's a box with sockets with slots for you to plug in HDMI and optical sound. It allows you to record a commentary on top of what you are filming while you're filming it. And as I said, it includes a slot for you to... It's not like most game capture cards, just the cards. You have to slot them into the computer, and then the computer does all the saving. This is different. Now, I'm not 100% certain that it works with a laptop. I'm 100% certain that it works with Xbox and PS3 and PS4, because people are already using it for that. Now, obviously, I'm ordering a PS4 before I leave New Zealand, so that it arrives in the UK when I arrive in the UK. My game capture card I want to order at the same time, so that I can record everything that I play on this thing. So I am going to have some hefty footage, which I'm going to edit down to just game footage. But the idea is I have got hundreds of hours of gaming behind me on my PS3. I can't remember half of it, and I'd like to be able to remember what it was I did, and I can't do that. I don't have that footage. Now, the PS4 comes with game sharing, but the trouble is, it's 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes, and the editing tools on it aren't particularly good. But I don't care. I'm gonna have my external video card. I'm gonna be golden. I'm gonna be good to go. So that will be me recording and uploading. So middle of this year, you'll have more than just Euro Truck Simulator footage on this channel. There'll be other footage. I'm saving Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for my PS4. I am eagerly awaiting Watch Dogs. I'm eagerly waiting Infamous Second Son. I'm eagerly waiting Destiny and The Division. I'm looking forward to Drive Club. I'm looking forward to the first next-gen version of Gran Turismo. I am looking forward to the next-gen version of the next Grand Theft Auto, which will obviously be next-gen. Equally, that's going to be a long way away. It's 2008, 4 came out. 2013, 5 came out. So that shows you the gap. But they can get away with that. My hope is that with Xbox One and the PS4 having Blu-ray media, the PS4 PlayStation version won't be gimped like the PS3 version was. They needed to keep the size of the files down so that the game was workable on Xbox, which is tragic. If the Xbox had had a Blu-ray drive, we'd have been able to have a much more detailed experience. I mean, there are the other issues preventing the level of detail than just the size of the delivery medium, the different ways that the games were dealt with. That won't be an issue. Both Xbox One and PS4 are using x86, using very, very similar architecture. There shouldn't be any reason why there should be any much difference between the two versions of the game, other than the fact that the Xbox One uses a high-rated graphics card, and the PS4 uses better RAM. Time will tell which was the better choice, the graphics card or the RAM. We'll see. I'd love to have both, I really would. I think having both consoles on the market can only be good for the market itself. Competition pushes innovation and it pushes a better experience for the customer. If you want to know how important the customer is to a company, just ask Microsoft, and look what happened to them after the E3 reveals of the PS4 and the Xbox One. When Xbox came out of the box saying that the Kinect had to be connected all the time, that the device had to be connected to the internet all the time, that your game disc would be checked every 20 minutes or every hour on the internet, that you wouldn't be able to use used games on your console. The hue and cry and the public fervour for PlayStation in the light of their humiliating kick in the shins to Microsoft with their conference, which came slightly later in the day, where they pretty much said we're not going to do that, we're not going to do that, we're not going to do that, and we're going to do that. Oh, and if you want to buy used games, go right ahead. In fact, they got such a positive from the fact that they were trumping all of Microsoft's poor decisions on terms of device rights management and online connection, that they were able to slip in the fact that the PlayStation Online service was suddenly going to be required to play online games, which obviously it's not on the PS3. It still won't be on the PS3. If you want to continue playing your online PS3 games, you're going to be able to continue to do so as long as those games are supported online. That is not going to be always the case. If you've got an online game that you want to play on your PS3 or your Xbox 360, do it now, because I am pretty certain in a year or 2 years' time they will be wholesale shutting down online services for PS3 and Xbox 360. As soon as they start doing that, as soon as they start making it difficult for you to connect, a lot of gamers are going to migrate to the next gen console, particularly from the Xbox family, where online is. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, you idiot! Where's the map? I have turned in the wrong direction. Have I? No, I haven't. Oh, I thought for one brief, horrifying moment, I thought I'd gone in the wrong direction. But I don't. No, I haven't. I'm going in the right direction. What a relief. So yes, Microsoft got a good kicking a year ago. Well, nearly a year ago. We're talking. Actually, no, it's not. It's 7 months ago. In June last year, they got a good kicking. They recovered well. They did the right thing. They came out and they corrected all of the mistakes they made. There's still mixed messages coming from both console manufacturers, but both console manufacturers had a good launch. Both consoles had reasonable games, not blockbusters, but reasonable games. And in fact, to be honest, it's the games that came out that suffered more than the consoles. Particularly Call of Duty Ghosts got an absolute kicking. At his launch, they have to pull their finger out and do something interesting, and they can't keep relying on the online community. I am not an online gamer. The Euro Truck Simulator is the first game that I have played where I'm sharing it with anyone other than myself. Now I'm embracing it. What I don't want to do is play with yeehaws in Middle America who are 12 years old and make threats to my mother's dignity and that's not fun for me. So that's why I don't. I play Call of Duty and I play is the single player. As soon as I'm done with the single player, the game goes in its box, never to be touched again. And I've done that with all of the release. I haven't touched the Black Ops versions. I probably should have a go at the 2 Black Ops games. See, I'm not going to discover Osnabrück, so I'm not going to go to Osnabrück because that is my choice. I could have gone to Osnabrück. It wouldn't have cost me a great deal in terms of time because we have a significantly huge lump of time to play with. 48 hours on a delivery that's going to take us 24. So we've got twice as much time as we need. Okay. And so I am not going to be bothering. I'm not going to be bothering with online multiplayer unless I'll bother with co-op if I can. I've got a couple of friends who I like, who I trust, and who've never made any threats to my mother's dignity. And I will play with online multiplayer with them if I can select just those people to play with, and it's the same with co-op games. There's a couple of co-op games I'd love to play, and I'm going to have to pull my finger out and play. The Sniper Elite. A friend of mine is a huge fan of Sniper Elite, and I probably really need to pull my finger out, get into the single player mode and get to it, so that I am in a position to play the co-op with him, parts of the game with him. That'd be nice if I could get that done. It's another part of the game. Another game that I really want to pull my finger out and get going on is I want to try and get the platinum of Gran Turismo 5. I'm not really interested in the multiplayer part of that because I've only got one friend who plays that, and he plays it with a controller, and he stopped playing that a year ago, and so there's no real interest for me in playing multiplayer. But I do want to get the platinum, which doesn't involve you having to play multiplayer. Essentially, I have got to get a gold in all of the challenges, in all of the licenses, and all of the special events. I've got to own 1,000 cars, which I'm reasonably close to, and there's a couple of other trophies that I've got to get my hands on to get the platinum. I would love to get the platinum in that before I start with Gran Turismo 6. I'm kind of holding off buying Gran Turismo 6 because I'm wondering whether they will port that to PS4. I would rather play that on PS4 if at all possible. I'm keeping my PS3 because apparently there are issues playing Blu-rays on PS4, and also I've still got a catalogue of games that I've got to work my way through on the PS3. So for the time being, I've no intention of giving up my PS3. There is going to come a point when my PS3 is going to go in a cupboard, never to be seen again. But and I want to be a bit more discerning about my PS4 catalogue. I kind of just had a scattergun approach to getting games. I will still have games on my PS4 that will take me a while to get round to because I have PS Plus, and you're a moron if you don't grab the games that are offered on PS Plus. For instance, last year I got Assassin's Creed 3, I got Far Cry 3, I got Sleeping Dogs, I got a whole bunch of stuff. What else did I get? I got a load of games that I wouldn't, I would have possibly bought at some point. I pay £29 a year for PlayStation Plus. I hold off until games are about a tenner. I've got on average one PS3 game, one PS Vita game, and one PSN game every month. So that's 3 games a month for the last 12 months. PS Plus has paid for itself over and over again, probably 3 times over. Oh, I accidentally switched. I was going for the W key for the accelerator. I have a problem with my wedding ring. I need to move it around to stop it from being uncomfortable. If I hold my hand in one place for a while, the ring slips around and sits, and it makes my finger a little bit uncomfortable. And so periodically, I'll take my finger off the accelerator key to move the wedding ring around, and then I put my finger back on the W key. And what I did was, instead of putting it back on the W key, I put it back on the E key, which is the engine in the ignition key. This is a thing I won't have to deal with when I've got my G27. My biggest fear is that running Track IR and the G27 will overpower this little computer. That's my fear. I sincerely hope it's a fear unfounded, but it is a fear nonetheless. I'm so looking forward to this. Even with this laptop, Track IR, my G27, my wheel stand, and the little TV dinner table for the laptop to sit on, all plunked in front of my beautiful 50-inch TV, my Panasonic TXP50. I can't remember the designation. It's irrelevant. It's a lovely 50-inch plasma TV, and I miss it so much. We had a reasonably good 40-inch LED TV, a Samsung LED, in the previous rented flat in rented accommodation in New Zealand, but we've moved to another. The place we were in is going to be knocked down and rebuilt because of earthquake damage, which we didn't spot when we looked at it because we foolishly went to look at it at night. Never go to look at a place at night. Go in the full glare of daylight so you can see it. Then, after you've seen it, go back at night time and see what the neighbours are like, and go back in the morning and see what the traffic levels are like. But yes, the place we've got has got a 720 LCD TV, so because it's not full HD, actually no, sorry, it's 1080i, not 720, 1080i. So it's not full HD. It's and it's relatively old, which means because it's a relatively old LCD, that the image quality isn't particularly good. Now we just paid a loan instalment, so we're back under the 50s. This is the trial at this stage of your empire, is that every time you think you're going forward, every time you take a step forward, sometimes you take a step or a half step back financially. It goes away. Every time you add a lorry to your empire, you're adding potential income. Every time you add potential income, you're growing your empire. So it makes sense to take the initial pain of not spending money on fancy updates. I mean, I have, in fairness, I have upped the engine on this, but it is the only thing I've spent money on, primarily because I don't want to be sat waiting for the engine to drag the carcass of the truck and the load, which is why I'm up to the 600, and that's why I will up to the 750 as soon as that's available to me. And I think, let's have a look at the map. How close are we to? We're really close to Amsterdam. So I will take the camera break when we are about to set foot on we're about to set off across the North Sea. So I think we're close enough. We're close enough that yes. So that's going to be 11. We have to take our rest break in an hour and 40, and we are much closer to the port than that. The port is the other side of Amsterdam. So we're about to pass Amsterdam. We don't want to be in that lane because we don't want to turn right. And there's our first yawn. So we are just... Imre has levelled up. Good old Imre. Did it get any money for us? I wasn't paying any attention. Perhaps if you could actually read the screen. Perhaps you'll know if Imre got as much money. Oh, of course he did. Then we go down to 49 and we're back up to 56, yes. I think both my drivers must have got some money for me. Yes. So we will, yes, when we drop this load off, we'll get our 23,000, 24,000. So that'll push us up to 80. And then provided we've got enough money for petrol and loans. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you want to sleep. You're going to get one on the boat. Don't worry. And now I can't see the traffic light. This is why I want the truck out, so I can do that without moving the mouse key. The mouse key? Oh my goodness me, I need a break. My throat needs a break, actually. I'm a bit hoarse. Okay, that's not going to go off on its own, so we'll help it. So what was I talking about before we started discussing sleep and boats? Yeah, so the idea of playing, even with this laptop, the idea of playing it with the steering wheel and the track IR fills me with deep joy. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It will change the way I make these videos. It will change the way I make these videos, because I will have to have a different setup in order to do it. Because I'm not going to be playing. I will be. No, it won't change these videos. These are keyboard videos. What the heck am I talking about? Idiot. I might use the TV screen instead of the laptop screen to record the video. That will be the change. But yes, my private profile will dramatically change because I'm not going to carry on with the keyboard in my private profile. Heck no. Steering wheel, absolutely. I am going to hold off on doing, because obviously that will get in the way of getting to level 150 on the Keyboard Road Warrior series if I start doing a wheel series for YouTube. Come on, you can go a bit faster than that. We are nearly at the boat. Right, so we are turning in here, I believe. No, we are not. Oh, crap. And find out where the heck I've gone wrong. Oh no, of course, the traffic jam. I have caused the real traffic jam and I've gone completely wrong. I always get screwed up by this one. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Where was I supposed to go? Was I supposed to go in there? I think I was supposed to go in there. Yes. And if I'm not careful. Let's have a look. Yeah, if I get up on the pavement. Oh. Oh, no. Still no damage. Okay, I have to wait out the traffic. Which is... Oh, no, get into the... I need to get out of the way of the traffic. And, yes. Hopefully they will go by me, except that guy's not going to do it. I wonder if I can reverse. Perhaps I can reverse. Okay, I've had my sleep break. Sleep break. I clearly haven't had my sleep break. I'm just trying to reverse down this road and get to the... Yeah, I know, I can't help it, I've got to go the wrong way. That fine, I'm happy. Ooh. I'm happy to take. Okay, I'm not happy to take that one. I have got to go the wrong way because I've got to get to... Yeah, okay, this is getting annoying. It's my own fault for not observing where the entrance was, but still, every 100 of yards, getting a... Oi, stop creeping up on me, you swine. Yeah, I know I'm getting tired. Right. No, don't you dare. There we go. What a relief. We did it without crashing into anyone. We did get 3 £80 wrong way fines, which is colossally annoying, but if we had been paying attention, we wouldn't have. If I'd been paying attention to where the exit was, I wouldn't have got them. So, Newcastle upon Tyne. Okay, for £970, it's a 16.5-hour travel. That means it's going to be a relatively short journey the other side in Glasgow. It's night time. That's fine. Right, we're in the UK, so we need to drive on the left-hand side of the road. So we need to bear that in mind when we are on our way. So we've got 4 hours of journey time left. That's fine. So actually, the second half of this journey, this video could have been 5 minutes shorter if I hadn't missed my entrance for the. So when we pass Amsterdam, we should be aware. Remember, mental note. The entrance to the harbour is earlier than we think it may be. That's right, earlier than we might imagine it is. Right, nothing coming. If I press the 9 key, actually, you get quite a useful. Oh no. You get quite a useful angle. Who's travelling at this time of night? We got out in the end. Newcastle and Edinburgh. We're not going to either of those cities. We are, in fact, as well you know, going to Glasgow. So we've got a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, which is about 51k. But if we leave it at 50, we should be all right. We should avoid the speed cameras. We should be okay to do 50 around that. That is easy. No lifting off. 50k around that roundabout. Okay, let's get on the right side of the road. We've already had enough wrong way fines for one journey. Okay, so less than 4 hours journey time left to go. Let's get up to a decent speed and get our tails to Glasgow. I have, as I think I've said in a previous video, I was in Auckland over Christmas, and the Outlaws set up a TV in a spare room for me to use as a games room. Nice big television. It did highlight how low quality the image is that I'm getting from this laptop for this game, because it just blew that bad image up to 32 inches. But, you know, that's fine. This game is what it is. And until I get it on a decent computer, I'm just going to have to live with the poor quality. But I am aware that when I blow it up to 50 inches, it's going to look even worse. But I will get a full-size image. I'll still get the occasional stutter like you just saw there, where the computer needs to use a call that's using for processing this game for doing something else. I wish I could shut down as much as possible on this. Oh, look, an airplane. See the airplane taking off just then? I wish I could shut it down to the bare bones so that I could avoid the stuttering. That would be nice. Oh, what the heck? Ah, there's no way I could avoid that. There's no way I could avoid that. Now he's clattered the car in front of him. Come on, go. Oh, Did we do any damage to the load? No, we didn't do any damage to the load. That's all I care about. Come on. What is the matter with you? Come on. What the heck? See, that doesn't make any... I don't know why the AI is doing it. It doesn't make any sense for him to stop there. There's no oncoming traffic that he's fighting with. He's not joining another lane. He's merging. He's in front. He's got complete right of way. I don't understand why he's decided to stop. But, you know, that is one of these things. The AI is going to change. Hopefully. The 1.9 update, which they've promised this month or next month or imminently. Actually, they haven't promised anything. They've just said it's imminent. But I would imagine January 2014, February 2014, the 1.9 update with the AI, improved AI, will drop. That may or may not make a significant improvement to the game. It will make a change to the physics mod. This is another reason why I'm holding off on putting the physics mod. Every time SES make a major change to the game, it messes with the physics mod, which I am keen on having, but I'm keenly aware that the 1.9 update's coming, and I don't want... It's possibly the last major update they'll do before they abandon ETS2 for ATS. At which point I will be less concerned and less precious about putting mods on. Given that I think that SCS are done with Euro Truck Simulator 2. I think if they revisit Europe, it will be with a new game engine. It may be that they use their ATS game engine for ETS3, if they do ETS. They may never return to Europe. They may find America so lucrative that they abandon Europe. That would be sad. That would make me sad. Given that without European Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator 2 and UK Truck Simulator and Germany Truck Simulator and Scania Trucking Simulator, they would never be in a position to make American Truck Simulator because they wouldn't know that there's an American audience. That required Twitchers playing Welcome to Scotland. I wonder if that's a ProMods touch. They did put a bunch of signage in the UK, so I'm wondering if that's ProMods that have put that lovely, because I don't recall that. Doesn't mean it wasn't there, but I don't recall it. Yes, I would think if they abandon European trucking, that would be very sad, given that it required European trucking for them to get in a position to know that American trucking would be popular. That a bunch of Americans would stream on Twitch Euro Truck Simulator, but with mods for American big rigs, Kenworths, Freightliners, Peterbilts. I haven't seen a Mac. Be interesting to see if Mac or Werther ever got, or Cat ever got a tractor. It's almost certain that American Truck Simulator, as well as being only in California, will also probably only contain Peterbilt trucks. It seems to be the only truck model that they have demonstrated in photographs. They haven't demonstrated any footage. There is no footage that I'm aware of that involves trucking. There's footage that involves flyovers of areas, or at least one piece of footage that involves a flyover. See, that is annoying. Those are not haystacks that appear in the United Kingdom. No farmer anywhere in the United Kingdom ever makes a haystack that looks like that. That is a complete anachronism. Is a complete anachronism. There's no farmer does those little things in the UK. They either tend to be the rectangular standard ones that they pile up and then put a ton of tarpaulin over, or they have the circular ones that are machine made and dropped behind the machine into a field wrapped in plastic. No farmer in the United Kingdom makes those little huts out of hay. Not one. None. Zero. Nix. Nine. Null. Non. So that's an annoying anachronism. Where is that actually? Just so I know. That's okay. That's on the way to Edinburgh on the A68. This is a measure of how good this game is. The very rare occasion when something like that occurs, it's so glaringly obvious because the rest of the game is so well made and so carefully put together that when they do make a mistake, it's glaring, it's obvious because there's so few of them. See, there you go. That is what should be in that other field. Those rolled up haystacks, although they would be in plastic. They're machine made, and so they're actually wrapped in plastic to protect them from animals and not insects, because insects can get in, but to protect them from animals and weather conditions and frost and all sorts of things, and standing water, prevent the sheaves from rotting. So they'd be in brightly coloured plastics like white or blue. But that's the shape they should be, not like little huts, like little straw huts. I don't know where that design comes from, but that's not true. Another thing I've noticed that they do is they've got a very European style of overhead electric wire pylon. Very sort of Eastern European industrial, and they and brightly coloured. UK electric overhead pylons tend to be bare steel, and they tend to be a very simple design. Okay, John's given us £5,000. He's pulled us up to 60. We're going to get 24. We might be able to buy that truck, that fourth truck for our fleet in Glasgow. That would be exciting. Adding a fourth driver to the fleet, a fourth truck to the fleet, increasing the size of the fleet, getting more loads in. That would be brilliant. That's how you develop your empire. You plough the income, you plough your profit back into the business. Oh God, went very quiet there. I forgot I was playing. I was making a video for an audience to watch. I was going through a whole mental process about growing an empire. I was thinking about building a trucking empire. I was off on my own. I was off in my own imagination instead of concentrating on providing you with something entertaining to listen to. Or maybe the silence is more entertaining. Ooh, wrong name. Maybe the silence is more entertaining, I don't know. Maybe you'd rather just have me shut up and play the game. If you prefer me to shut up, let me know. Oh dear, oh dear. So we're not going to need to sleep. We got a good 16 hours rest on the boat to Newcastle. So no resting in this game. Although, to be honest, after my disaster at the port, I kind of needed a rest. That was not very well done. That was a bit embarrassing. Although my recovery from it was less embarrassing. That was not perfect, but reasonable amount of. Oh damn it! I'm running low on petrol, and just occurred to me, too late to get into the petrol station. So will we see another petrol station before we get to Glasgow? Yes, if we go the other way. We should be all right. We should be all right. We're not in desperate, dire straits. So we're very close to our destination. Very close to Edinburgh. Less than an hour's game time, in-game time. Let's move over because we've got a left turn coming up. And we're taking a left here and then a right. Actually, this is, yeah. So, left turn here. And then we're joining this motorway briefly before we... Oh, I didn't see what that speed limit was. Let's drop to 58. Let's drop to below 60 and hope that's... Yep, that did the trick. Right, Glasgow sign. So we're going to the east side, as the west side of Glasgow. We're taking the exit here, and then ploughing underneath this motorway that we just joined. It's interesting. You can follow the road signs, but you have to be aware what you're looking for. It's because there are ways to approach the city. Yeah, I probably should have got the petrol and come in on the other side, and then I could have got the 2 collectibles before I did the rest stop. Wow. 60 miles an hour, which is probably about, I think it's about 80k. Pick a lane, any lane. Any lane you want, just pick one. That was note to me, not to anyone else. So these forklifts have nearly reached their Scottish destination, and we've got bags of time, to be honest. What we're short of is petrol. Yeah, we've got 23 hours to do this. Yeah, we're in no hurry whatsoever. 12 of those were the time we had. When you're checking the job market out, you'll notice that there's a job available time. That's the amount of time you've got to collect the job before you set off. So that's the time. So we've discovered Glasgow. It gives you the time limit is the amount of time the game estimates that it will take you to get there if you obey all the speed limits and you don't have any problems. So we had over 12 hours spare. Speeding fine, ridiculous. On my part, not the game. I should know better. Needlessly dropped under 60,000 because of that. Oh, actually, this is our stop. This is where we have got to drop our load. So, we'll pull in. Hopefully we will reverse with more skill and precision than we did when we dropped our last load, which if you recall was a very poor first attempt. And this one looks to be okay. Looks like we're going in at the right angle. We might be alright. We might be a first time in. We might be. Unless I spoke too soon. Did I speak too soon? No, first time. Just out of interest. Not perfect, but, you know, hey. So, parking brake on, engine off, and let's collect our reward. Excellent! That's the third excellent on the trot. And, oh, look at that, huge chunk of XP. That's launched us rapidly towards level 14. So, we got excellent. We did 965 kilometers. It took us 31 hours and 3 minutes. Most of that was the ferry. We used 429.1 litres of fuel. 965 kilometers driven, so that's £17,966 and 965 XP as a base reward. A level 13 proficiency bonus of £3,503. I'd love it to be 13,000. A long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 2 of £1,651 and 241 XP. High value cargo bonus for skill level rank 2 of £1,651 and 173 XP. And a 45 XP bonus for parking the trailer. Okay, that's got to stop. That can't become a thing. So our total reward was £24,772, or 1,424 XP. We have a total lifetime XP count of 20,748. Our next level is at 21,600. We are still a level 13 skilled worker, but we are one journey away from being level 14. So, if you journeyed with me all the way and suffered through my poor reversing and my poor navigational skills, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This has been Movie Scouse 007. I will see you in the next video, but until then, I'll see you on the road.